Well, hello there and welcome to another episode. My name is Aaron and it feels like it's been forever since we met like this, hasn't it? In terms of news anyway. I was spending a couple of weeks of queue time with family and that's important stuff, you should too. And yet your call was strong, guys. In the comments you were asking where was I, and I couldn't ignore you any longer. And you know what, my friends? It feels good to be back, yes. But anyway, let's talk smartwatch news. Well, actually the first one is more fitness tracker than smartwatch, but I'm intrigued by this one. The new Fitbit Charge 5, and it's more rounded now, more organic in design. I really like it. 10% thinner than the 4, color display, first time in the Charge's history. But it's the cost to play that's the part that's hard for me to swallow, to be perfectly honest, because the 5 sells for $180, which is around 30 bucks more than the 4. But let's not forget also that some Fitbit features are locked behind a paywall. So if you need them, there's the extra monthly donation you have to make to Fitbit for the premium service. I don't like that. But that being said, they're still probably gonna sell a crap load of these things. And by the way, if you guys are wondering why I'm like right here doing the news instead of my usual outdoors, well, my parents are in town and they've taken over my spot. There's like clothes hanging everywhere and stuff just lying around. It's almost like an Asian squatter house. Yeah, so I'm in here and we're gonna have to suck it up, I guess. But anyways, next up is a future device from Xiaomi, the Mi Watch 2. And I heard recently that they're gonna get rid of the Mi prefix, so it's gonna be just the Watch 2 soon. The first model was never released here in the US, but with the Watch 2, there's a greater chance for an international release. And I think this because of the next-gen Qualcomm 5100 SoC at its heart. And it's optimized for Google Tizen, or as I call it, Tigo OS. So it would be silly not to maximize sales to markets with large numbers of Google and Samsung users. But apart from that little nugget, the only thing I know is that it's bound for release in Q4 along with another Xiaomi watch, or a Xiaomi phone actually. Anyway, on to personal audio news. The $299 Klipsch T5 II ANC, I'm not even sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but I want to test this out so bad, guys. It looks amazing, the stats look solid, especially in the sound department, though I think the price is a little bit too solid for my liking. But in terms of sound, Klipsch says that the T5 uses Dirac digital audio processing, which is used on high-end vehicles like your BMW and Volvo, so it'd be interesting to hear what the fuss is all about. And how it compares, say, to something like the Sony WF-1000XM4. They're kind of close competitors in price and specs and such. But come on, just look at it. The stainless steel case all by itself is legit, yo. So, do you think I should review it? And would you watch it if I make it? Another newbie from an oldie is the Yamaha, and let me see if we can get this right, the YH-L700A headphones, which seems like Yamaha is also vying to be a contender for the worst product naming company crown, along with Sony and Technics, along with all those other Japanese companies. It seems like they're really good at doing that and messing us up. But anyways, look at this thing. The square design is awesome. It looks great in my book. And like the Marshall Monitor 2 ANC, which I also like, it tries to go for that part neo-retro, part industrial look. It's awesome. And there's also advanced ANC on board. It also sports 3D spatial sound with head tracking, kind of like an AirPod Max. There's strong battery life. I think it was 34 hours with ANC on, but it takes a massive hit with spatial sound turn on all the way down to 11 hours. That's huge. And it's also expensive, 500 bucks, man. It's really costly. I hope it sounds good. Maybe Yamaha can send me one and we can see how that's like. So a while back, I said I was going to review a new lens that I bought. This one, the Panasonic Lumix f1.7 20mm pancake lens. I raved about it back then, I swooned, I gushed and called it the perfect lens for me. And well, I lied, because for close-up vlogging, it's not ideal. At 20 mils, I still had to stretch my arms way so far out and my head was too close to the screen. And that also because I was born with a big head, but that's besides the point. So I upped my budget and bought this thing instead, the Panasonic Lumix-Leica DG Sumilux 15mm f1.7. That's a very cool lens, that's a long one. And I have this lens on right now, and I also use it in the Soundpeats H1 video that I did last week. You can check it out right here. And tell me if I'm not sharp as a tack right now, yes. And the computer screen in the background is all soft, blurry goodness, like a bowl of boiled grits. And don't get me wrong, guys, the kit lens from the G85, which I've used exclusively all this time, is one of the best kit lenses I've ever used. But the image quality and the ability of these Leicas have taken my breath away, I'll tell you what. And this is definitely a keeper. So watch my review on this. If you're interested, what makes a great vlogging lens, if there's only one you have to choose, you definitely want to check that video out. You've probably also seen this as I've been waving my arms around like a monkey with ADHD, the Ticwatch E3. Yes guys, it's finally here. Thank you Mobboy for sending me this, and I'm currently putting this through the test cycle, and I can tell you this, so far, I'm impressed with what I see. There's the Qualcomm 4100 chip, enough RAM, enough storage, and it's the only watch so far outside of the new watches or new batch of watches from Samsung that will be upgraded to Wear OS or Tigo 3.0. And this thing, I'll tell you what, is super fast, super snappy, and it's very similar in experience in my mind to the lightweight RTOS that you'll find on the Amazfits, which says a lot. Now, another review that I'm working on is the Soundcore Liberty 2 Pro Plus, or the upgraded version. Everything looks the same as the regular version, but supposedly there's been upgrades made under the hood. And most of you know that I have a soft spot for the Liberty 2 Pro, so I'm curious, as I hope you are, how much better, if any, the Plus is. And before we end this, I'm excited to announce that I'll be doing another giveaway, and this time for the Mifo O5 II. So stay tuned for the review itself, and I'll announce more details about the contest upcoming on my GearUP accounts on Insta, YouTube, and Facebook. So check those out and stay alert. The links are down below. So until next time, guys, thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. It'd be super helpful if you can. Just click it down below. Have a great week. Be good, do good, and God bless. Subscribe and like this video, and peace out. Whoosh.